I'm all for safer and secure elections.
I'm against measures that try to restrict people from voting.
With the election now less than a week away, Mainers have a lot to say about question one. That's the referendum that would make changes to how Mainers vote in coming elections.
We've told you about some of those changes in the past, but there are many moving parts to question one. News Center Maine's Sam Olson breaks down some of those other changes.
Question one is a wide-ranging proposal that would change, among other things, how people can request and get their absentee ballots, as well as what they'll need if they decide to vote. If passed, it would implement a stricter photo ID requirement for voters both in person and those voting absentee. Right now, Maine does not require people to show any ID at the polls. They just have to show proof of identity and residency when they register to vote. If passed, a voter would have to show their Maine driver's license or non-driver ID card, a U.S. passport, or ID cards issued by the U.S. military, the Maine National Guard, or the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs every time they vote. What would no longer be accepted are birth certificates, tribal IDs, and student IDs.
A good number of Mainers already have a Maine license or an ID, so for them it's not going to be a big deal.
But Secretary of State Shenna Bello says the people with the greatest impact will be married women who have changed their last names, as well as students or people experiencing homelessness. The law would also require the Secretary of State's office to issue free ID cards to anyone who wants one. Bello says that process could take months amid the Election Day deadline.
They'll just have to plan ahead, and there will be more steps involved that may make it harder, particularly for seniors and people with disabilities, to exercise that right to vote.
Also, if passed, Q1 would get rid of absentee ballot requests by the phone, something town clerks say a lot of their older voters do. Right now, you can call your town clerk and request an absentee ballot after the clerk verifies all of your information. Question one would also end a program that allows clerks to automatically send absentee ballots every election to people over the age of 65. If question one passes, someone 65 years or older would have to request a ballot for every election.
Sam Olson reporting there. Supporters of the question say a voter photo ID law will increase confidence in Maine elections, while opponents argue the changes are unnecessary and will make it harder to vote.